Okay, this needs to stop. Bartenders, mixologists, whatever the hell we're calling ourselves nowadays, enough. We're not teachers. We're not professors. Stop with this idiotic idea that part of our job is to educate the guest. Let's have a look exactly what the pina colada I'm talking about. I'm Julian. Welcome to Bartenders. Hey, so just before we get rolling, I'd love it if you could hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so that we can continue to make more content. Also, if you're looking to bump up those skills, don't forget to check out our courses linked below. Let's get started. So what's got my drawers in a twist this time? Educating guests. For as long as I can remember, this has been touted as a huge part of what a decent bartender needs to do. Alright, face value makes sense, right? If we can't tell people about new and interesting things, everybody's gonna be stuck drinking the same thing for the rest of their lives. If we're gonna be creative and apply new processes to making drinks and support new and interesting products, how can we do that without telling people what they are? Yeah, for sure, all that makes a lot of sense. Like, a lot. So what is the issue? The issue is that a lot of the time that's not what we're doing. It's no secret that in the front of house of any venue, the bar is some kind of swirly, spooky, demonic vortex of super inflated egos to some degree. If you're disagreeing right now, I'm gonna bet dollars to donut you're a bartender.
Well, I know you are, but what am I?
The ego thing, I try not to blame bartenders too much. The whole nature of the industry feeds our egos like some bad energy troll voodoo crap. On top of that, it can be really hard to come down from our little pedestals. A lot of the time, it's going to take either some good years of experience working with people who won't feed your ego, or sometimes one big event to pop that bubble like a needle. Now, how did we get to this whole bartender as an educator thing? Well, it's been kind of a slow growth over years. Hit critical mass and then exploded. A bartender is almost always in a spot that's going to let their ego get the better of them. Hell, even the physical construction of a bar to stand behind, separating you from the plebs, tickles us psychologically. Bartenders have or think they have control over all the booze. The industry historically treats everyone else in the front of house as somehow less than bartenders. That is rich as shit and a huge, stupid problem in the industry. And bartenders need to memorize a whole bunch of stuff. Recipes, what this whiskey tastes like compared to that one, blah, 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 blah. And then a bartender needs to sell some stuff. And that's where we historically hit a wall. Bartenders are almost never trained on real sales technique. Instead, we cram our heads full of knowledge, and unpopular opinion here, most of it's useless. And then we try to use that to sell. What we've wound up with is a situation where knowledge is what's going to be the metric we measure someone by. A guest doesn't understand me when I'm waffling about how this rum is distilled. What a noob. What an asshole. Time for me to educate them. I'm doing the right thing after all now. I'm giving them the knowledge to make an informed decision. Well, you're trying to, but you're really not. Hard truth time. No one cares. Well, not no one, but a big enough percentage that we need to stop this. It's really rare that you're going to have a regular flow of guests who have the base knowledge, let alone the patience, to listen to and understand the nuances of terroir and rum. Shit, I've been a booze guy obsessed with spirits for 20 years, and I just can't bring myself to give a damn beyond a certain point. Yes, it is interesting. Yes, it is real knowledge. It is useful. That all depends, though, on how we use it. And most of us are using it wrongly. Let's go macro for a second. Let's look at the industry as a whole and then some others. When you boil it down, the anchor of hospitality is sales. And that sometimes makes us feel dirty. We're not salespeople. We're creators. We're hosts. We're educators, making the world a brighter place, one cocktail at a time. I want to punch myself. No, we're salespeople who happen to have a specific product with a specific set of tools we can use to sell it. You're never gonna have the chance to make cool drinks if you can't get somebody to pay for them. Now, in so many industries, sales is foundational to what they do. Money makes the world go round, after all. So let's look at a few products that have the same, if not bigger, luxury connotations to cocktails, spirits, and wines, along with being a way more important purchase to people. Everyone's favorite ugly brand of expensive cars. I might not get it, but hey, they make money. Rolls-Royce. To be honest, pick any super duper car brand you like, the same thing applies. They're old brands with a lot of history, a ton of technology, huge personalities, and the industry is competitive. So pretty much the same thing as the spirits and bar industry. Weird. So theoretically, I've got however much money one of these cars costs to spend, and I hate smart financial decisions. I toddle myself over to the showroom, and what's the process? I tell you what, I sure as shit don't get a totally unsolicited history lesson about how two fellas Rolls and Royce met, followed up by a clumsy lesson in engineering. This is an industry where the salespeople have mastered their craft. Yep, it is a craft. Pull the idea of some sleazy car salesman out of your head.
So Stan, you want to buy this Buick Centurion, huh? Good choice. Smart man, you got good taste.
They do exist, but not everywhere. The first step to truly mastering sales as a craft is to understand what it is about your product people actually give a damn about. In the luxury car market, people want anything technical in a nice, easy to understand package, and then honestly, they get sold on luxury, clout, service. Some, a very, very small percentage of buyers, are going to consider stuff out of some engineering obsession. Most buyers aren't going to understand a word of it, and honestly don't want to. I want a car that's going to be super comfortable, super safe, super fast, and make everyone else on the road feel poor. I do not want to become an amateur engineer. I have enough going on in my life. And the same applies to our industry. People don't go to bars to get educated. No one's walking into a bar thinking that it's another logical step into them opening their own distillery. Why do people go to bars? You ready? This might shock you. To have fun. A lot of time we forget this, and it handicaps the industry so damn much. Why is somebody buying a private jet? They want to learn how to fly? That's what pilot school is for. When someone's buying a house, are they going to sit down with a realtor and have a long heart-to-heart about the legal implications of building that kind of a house in that area? No, they're trying to buy a house based on how their life is going to be when they live in it. A key part of sales that we miss in hospitality is packaging. Yes, we have all this knowledge and it's great, but we have got to understand a few things. Firstly, does the broader market actually care about this segment of information? What something tastes like? Yes, absolutely. The life story of the person who made it? Unless they're super, super cool, they're standing right in front of me? No. Even when these people are genuinely interesting. Look at Joy Spence, for example. She is incredible. But people want to get some rum and go back to their friends. Shit happens. That doesn't mean we stop caring about any and all information, but we need to start packaging it. We don't need to spend 5 minutes wasting the guests and our own time talking about the mechanics of vacuum distillation. It's not going to help us sell. What we can do is let them know, oh yeah, the botanicals come through in a really clear way because the producers use a special type of distillation. Bam! 3 seconds, nicely packaged, helps the product stand out, and if they want more details, they can ask. What we need to do is talk about how something tastes and how it's going to make that person have the experience that they're after. Hell, let's look at the most painful example out there. This fucking guy. I don't think he's ever actually spoken about meat or cooking in detail. Yeah, blah blah blah, he's a clown, but we can't argue with the fact that the dude has made a ton of money and sold multiple tons of beef. All without sitting down some poor sucker who just wants a steak and to feel rich. Spending 10 minutes blasting them with information about grass versus grain-fed versus grain-finished. Or going on some rant about the difference between Black Angus, Red Angus, Hereford, and Limousin cows.
Where's the beef?
He knows that enough of the market just doesn't care. Now we can cry and moan. What's the world coming to? No one cares about the product. They just want instant thrills, and our craft is going to die. calm your ass down. People want quick gratification. Yes, they always have and they always will. That's human nature. What we need to do is learn how to satisfy that while still being able to sell the things we need to sell and introducing people to new products. That's called sales. Learning true sales skills is not going to turn everyone who works into the bar into some skeevy rip-off merchant. It's actually going to help to make sure that guests have better experiences, and that makes for a better bottom line and a more skilled staff. Another little benefit, people are going to drink more cool stuff. Big reason why a huge percentage of the population doesn't try out cocktails, or cool spirits, or cool wines, or microbrews, what have you, is the fact that they think it's beyond them. Not financially, but beyond their understanding, and they don't like feeling stupid. They don't want to feel like they need to understand the differences between a Negroni, an Americano, a Milano, a Brivadier, a Groucho, and a Rosita before even trying to order a drink. They want someone welcoming to make the process painless and simple. I'm going to finish up with a little story from 2010 or so. This was a watershed moment for myself and my boss at the time, Tom. We were running Motel Bar in Wellington, New Zealand. At the time, one of the best bars in the world. And we had pretty free reign when it came to menu and pretty free reign to sell things how we wanted to. We also had an amazing back bar. Not just a big selection, but diverse. A few bottles that were one of 50, a lot of vintage stuff, and New Zealand's a good market for this kind of thing. Anyways, I'm behind the bar. Tom, one of the most talented people to ever exist in the beverage industry, in my opinion, has popped over to a table to talk whiskey. Order comes through. Can't remember what, but something interesting. As he makes his way behind the bar, he looks at me and says, "Dude, I had to stop in the middle of talking. I was boring myself, and they just looked miserable." Over a beer later, we both kind of freaked out about that situation. Both of us, for our whole careers, had put so much weight into knowledge, and we were both realizing that we were actually scaring people off. Overnight, we became better salespeople and had better interactions with our guests. It was awesome. So that's going to do it for this one, team. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you had some fun watching. Don't forget to subscribe so that we can catch you in the next one.